Yo, yo. Okay, so welcome to another live sharding session with Stu. Well, I guess it's not really live because it's not live, but we are doing this on the fly. And so I am going to chart on the fly in front of you all so you guys can watch and learn, especially those of you who are new. You guys, the charting that I do, the analytics that I do, is not super technical. I don't use a lot of the premium tools. You can see my charts are very, very basic, but it's worked for me. And for a long time, and I love TradingView, I have been a free member and I've been able to spot patterns and project prices with all of the free tools, with all of the basic tools. Now, basically, I became a premium member so I could advertise my subscription services because you can't do that in the free membership, and you can only do it on the top level membership. And now that I am a premium member, I noticed that there are a lot of excellent tools, um, and they're very helpful. But I say all this to say that I know that many of you are on a limited budget or you're just starting out learning analytics. And, it can the task can look daunting and it can look overwhelming, but it doesn't need to. This is actually very simple to do once you get the hang of it. And that's what I'm attempting to teach you guys. All of you who are free members, I don't mind doing this for free to help you out. I think it is a very essential, even tool or capability skill set, which you can utilize into the future to help you gauge market sentiment and measure price action and analyze, future targets, whether they be down or up. And that's what I am attempting to teach you. My membership has nothing to do with that. Really, my membership is mostly just uh, providing you all with knowledge of what trades I enter and strategizing uh, a trade strategy going forward in those particular entries and exits. I draw detailed levels and I give suggestions about how you would play a certain crypto that I have entered. All right. And then for my founding members, of course, you can just trade along with me if you want. Every trade that I make, you will know instantly. All right. But for the rest of you guys, you get all this content for free. And it's something that I enjoy doing and that I'm going to do anyways. So why not just do it on the fly and, teach those of you who are interested, or, you know, maybe you just want to see how I do it. Like maybe the way I do it is not of interest to you, because there are many ways to do technical analysis. And just because the way I do it has been successful for me doesn't mean you're going to necessarily find that appealing. I accept that. That's not a problem with me. But all I'm saying is what I have learned using all free tools on TradingView um, has been successful for me, and I have been able to gauge the market utilizing these tools. All right. That said, let's take a look at Band here. Somebody requested I do some analytics on Band, and really I haven't touched this chart since it's been a while. It's been a minute. All right, it's probably since we dropped out of this ascending triangle. All right, so first thing, ascending triangle is bearish. And what did we do? We dropped out of it and we dropped hard. All right, it looks like I did have a measurement here for the ascending triangle. Let's see if that works out. All right, so I drew from the top of the triangle to the bottom. And remember, you place this about where you broke out. And look at that. Our wick down on this particular triangle almost exactly corresponds with the target down on this particular measurement. Measurements down here, This is our wick down. So we almost hit that target down precisely. One of the benefits of doing these analytics. And this is just the way I do it, all right? So, like I said, I measured that down. We hit it exactly. One of the reasons I bring up this chart and chart on the fly with you guys is because it's beautiful. You can see how analytics plays out here and how once you learn how to do this stuff, it it works out. Yeah, like you can really target and nail your targets. All right, let's delete those. I don't know what they are, and they're not important from what I see right now. The next thing that I see here is a sort of yeah, that looks to be a head and shoulders of sorts. All right, so and I just want to, and this is not important for current price, just showing you guys so you can learn along with me. So see, we have a left shoulder here, head here, and right shoulder. So again, you know how to measure it. I'm going to go from the body high to the neckline, and we'll take that measurement and see where it ends up once we break that neckline. And look at that. Beautiful. Once again, guys, the target down is right here. Look at that. Look how perfect that is. All right. And this is also why I like to do charting on cryptos. All right. The overall broader markets, the stock markets, are, especially now, highly manipulated. The banks own all the money. All right. And when I say the banks, I mean the Federal Reserve, which is, as many of you know, a private bank. Don't let the name Federal Reserve fool you. I hope you have not done that. It is a private bank. And so when these banking institutions, old school money, when they want the market to drop, they will allow it to drop. Right now, they don't want it to drop. It it is in their political end game for whatever that is. I'm not saying what that is. I'm not going to get into conspiracy theory here, but it is in their game right now to keep these markets propped up. All right, now we're seeing a little bit of a drop right now. And so that could play out. And I've been warning about that on my daily market updates. So we definitely need to keep our eyes on that in correlation with the crypto market. Watch my video this morning, the daily market. I did an overview of FANG stocks. I looked at SPY, S&P, which is S&P, NASDAQ, and the Dow, and we discussed how that uh, sentiment spills over into the crypto space and influences Bitcoin, and then it runs on down the line. All right. So we need to be careful in the crypto space. We're right on the edge. I'm still slightly bullish overall, but we are definitely in neutral territory at this point, and those markets, the stock markets, could play an impact. All right, that was a side note. Let's get back to this chart and look at current prices and see if we can do some analytics here. All right, so first thing I see is, all right, so, okay. So see how I'm drawing this? That is definitely a triangle that we fell out of. We currently are out of, all right? So the reason why I didn't draw that trend line down here is because then essentially all we have is two touch points, one right here and one right here. I consider that whole um, confluence of candles one touch point, right? But I drew it up above that because, get me my crosshairs back. I drew it up above that because we have more touch points. So it gives it greater significance. So the fact that we, 5 different touch points basically, the fact that we dropped down out of that triangle is definitely significant. We've got some resistance up ahead, and in this market, it's sort of precarious. You wouldn't, you, if it was me, I have to say it that way because of the situation that financial advisors find themselves in when people listen to them. Um, if it was me, I would not want to enter this trade until I was back into that triangle if we get there. All right. So I'd want this price action to float up and back inside that triangle before I started to become interested. That being said, let's see if we can do some measurements here and figure out if we get into that triangle, where we would go if we broke up and out of it. All right. Because that's what we're all after. At least my followers. We do mostly long positions and we do swing trade long. All right. Some of you enjoy doing the shorting. Some of you like doing leverage trades. I'm not into any of that really. I just do 3 to 5 week swing trades and I look for the longs. All right. So if we were going to do a price target here, if we exit to the upside of this triangle, I would draw from the top of that triangle, which looks to be a flat price, goes all the way across, to the bottom or the first touch point. And what I find is this particular line. So then we would estimate where we break out. This is just an estimate. And it looks like all right, that's right in line with the top of our Fibonacci. All right. It's a little bit lower, but that is approximate, and that's exactly what we're after. All right. Price target 18.28. All right. $18. All right. To be more precise, if we break out to the upside, $18 so far is what we're finding as a valid data point. Now, along the way, if I scoot this chart back over, we want to have some levels drawn out. And really, this is not too hard to figure out. It looks like our Fibonacci has provided us already with legitimate levels. Our first level above the triangle would be 0.618. All right, that 0.618 on Fibonacci. So I'm going to draw a horizontal line there. And then the other one would be 0.786. All right, and do my level there. All right. So if you were to enter this trade, the way that you would want to exit is by utilizing these levels. This is what I teach my subscribers in my particular trade. In this case, I'm offering you guys some free analysis here. So I'm just going to show you how it would look if once you exited above this triangle. You have three levels, right? With $18 being our final target. So I would want to exit 33% at our first level. This is the way I would play out of my 100% investment. I would exit 33% there. Now, let's say we continue straight through that and go to the next level. I'm going to be a disciplined trader and continue exiting. Don't get FOMO, guys. All right. Fear of missing out. You're exiting these. It's hard to do because you're seeing the price go up so fast, and some of you don't exit. But then what does the price do? It goes back down, right? And as I always say to my subscribers, you know I say this all the time. We like to come back down and kiss mama goodbye. All right, the top of the triangle represents mama. So what happens when we come all the way back down here? Now, and let me get a measurement here. I mean, you got a 25% drop right there. All right. So if you didn't exit and you're not out 66%, you can't make 25% on that 66% that you have in cash right now. You can't make it because you're losing it because you are holding it and claiming to have diamond hands all the way down. Yeah, so all right, so you can go back up and hit that target and make your 2x from this point at least. But imagine if you could make 25% on that 66%. You re-enter, this is what I teach my subscribers. You re-enter down here at the neckline because probably, and we measure probabilities with technical analysis, we are going to bounce and continue upwards. All right. Now we're going up again. You take your 33% off. All right. You take another 3% off. You have much more profit this way because now you've got another 25% on that remaining 33%. You are pocketing all that profit. And so instead of making 2x to your target, just because I predicted that some of you just watch these free things and you say, well, that's 2x, I'm going to pocket. But if you played the levels, so you could make 3x. All right. And that's how I did it. That's why instead of buying and holding, for instance, Bitcoin from where I called the bottom at 4,000 in March, and I did call the bottom. And you can go. TradingView doesn't delete anything here. You can view all of my history. They do that because they don't want people influencing how good or how taking out all the bad mistakes that they've made. And I've made mistakes. And you can go back and view the history. Mostly it's been good. I have made 30x my money from the March low of Bitcoin last year. Whereas if you would have bought and held Bitcoin, you would have only made what now it's down to 15x. 15x, all right? So I've made twice the profits that most buy and holders will make. This is why I'm a trader and this is why I use analytics. All right. So, anyways, continuing on. Now you have 33% still in your bag, and you're going to hold this all the way. Now we could just blow on through here, and a lot of you, again, you get FOMO and you keep holding on to that 33%. But guys, take your profits. This is going to come back down. All right. That's where you re-enter again. All right. So use that knowledge of future price action to your advantage. And that's how you play the game. And that's how you capitalize and make the most profit possible. All right. So again, bottom line, our target is $18 on band. Should we break to the upside of this triangle that I'm seeing, and that should only comes into play if we enter back into the triangle in the first place. All right. Come on, move over. All right. So we got to get back in this triangle. Once we're back in that triangle, that's where you enter. Once you enter, you're not holding. Well, some of you are going to hold because, and that's not. I'm not criticizing you if you do that because as a new trader, that's probably the safest move. But those of you who know how to map these levels, play the levels to your advantage. All right. Sell when we get to these different levels. Wait for us to come back down. Re-enter at those levels and make or maximize your profit to the end. All right. Hopefully that makes sense. Best of luck to you all. Be careful. We are in a precarious market right now. We're still waiting for a lot more signals, a lot more of those cautionary flags to go down and for the bulls to come out and show us our direction. All right. And I am still slightly bullish, but I am seeing a lot of caution flags. And that is the reason for my daily crypto market update, which you will find in the related links below. Best of luck to y'all.